in her verse, she says like, it's me and Karol G. And I was dying because she said my name in her verse, like literally dying that day.
Hey, I'm Nick, and I'm joined by Karol G for the latest in NME's In Conversation series. So yeah, the first thing I should probably ask is, tell me a bit about the album. What's the concept? What's it like?
Nick, I'm super happy. My album, the name of my album is KG0516. It's like a number of a flight. And this is just about like everybody jumping in my flight, in my journey, in what I prepare for everybody with this new music, with this new album. I have been working all my last year on it, and I'm super happy because it is the moment right now. We're going to launch it. I was expecting so much this moment, and I'm excited to see what's going to like my people like receive my album.
What kind of flight is this album going to take you on?
It can have like a lot of turbulence, because like there is a vibe in every song that gets you like in a different location. We have like romantic songs, we have like very like heartbreaking songs, and we have like a lot like perreo and reggaeton and party songs. So I have like different vibes. I try to experiment a lot with new music, with new sounds. With it's my first time like debuting as a producer in my own album. So I'm super happy. I'm super excited. Yeah, it is.
Well, on location, we hear you mixing reggaeton, hip hop, and country, which is an amazing fusion, and it sounds incredible. Is it that kind of spirit that runs through the album? You wanting to kind of mix different genres together?
Everything started because I was telling to like my producer, like, hey, we did Tusa, we did Ideas Mio, then we went to Bichota, but right now I want to change everything. Let's take a risk because I think I rather like to feel like different vibes, to go like always to in the same way. So we started like just looking for new sounds, and there, and we found these country guitars. And I was like, oh my God, let's do like a country song, but let's put our Latina community there and let's put reggaeton. So we started with the country guitars, then we put the reggaeton, then we mix it with a little bit of hip hop. And I was so happy because that's the vibe I was looking for, something very different, to do something different with the music and to get something different with the visuals. So with the video, we went like super east side, no, the west side, with rodeo vibe and cowgirls and cowboys and horses. So it was so much fun. Yes.
How important is it for you to make a big visual statement with your videos? Because obviously your Tusa video now has, I think, 1.1 billion views, which is just mind-blowing. Having had a video that's been so successful, you're always looking to kind of outdo yourself from now on with the visuals.
I think the aesthetic is everything because it's the thing that you're going to remember. Like it's the image that you have in your mind for the song that you love. So for example, with Tusa, like I know for sure that like when somebody thinks in Tusa, they think in something pink because all the video is like a pink, beautiful and delicate vibe. And for example, people think in Bichota, they think in a strong woman, like a very strong girl. And with this location, like I think people always are going to remember the song like as a cowboy and cowgirl vibe. So for me to put something in the mind of the people that represents this song, it's very, very important for me. And we take care with all the details, the clothes, the choreographies. Like I'm a little bit like hard in that part. I really love the details. I love it.
Well, I mean, we're seeing that today because after this interview, when I think of your album, I'm instantly going to have a visual in my head, which is the plane in the background. So you've done it today.
Exactly. You know what, like we're doing a lot of like crazy things about the album. Like we prepared everything for the show, to have boarding passes and passports and things, and we're going to have like the merch is crazy. So it's it's nice when you have like something that connects like with the music, and as you tell, like like when people think in my album, they're going to think in a flight, in an airplane, a gold airplane. So yeah, that's cool, and I love those things.
And I guess that's quite nice timing at the moment, because most of us haven't been able to get on an aeroplane for a while. So being able to have a flight-like experience through your album will kind of really strike a chord, I think.
Yes, and with the visuals, I'm trying to bring experience to my people, because I know like we're stuck, we cannot like go anywhere, and everybody right now, like we as a humanity, we're like missing a lot to share times with different people. So we're doing like a lot of things with different platforms to get like people in experience of a flight, with different like location and place and stops. So yeah, like there is something really big around my album. We have been like thinking in all the details to make my people feel happy with it.
Obviously, Tusa had amazing streaming stats, but the song itself has been absolutely massive. Why do you think that song struck such a chord with people all over the world?
In the first place, I think like if I speak about about the music, like I think the violins in the beginning of the song, there is something with them, like people really loves when they hear it, they listen to it like in the first time. But I think like I'm super like a vibey girl, and I think like everything came so special and so natural with this song. Like one day I just noticed that Nicki Minaj was following me on Instagram, and she started like leaving comments in my pictures, and I was like, oh my god, Nicki Minaj is leaving me comments. So I tried to just DM her like, hey, I admire you so much. You're like a big girl, like a big inspiration for everybody. Let's do a collaboration. And I was surprised. She said, yes, let's do it. So we started like trying to find the song, and I sent her Tusa, and she was crazy about it. She was that crazy that that day she sent me, like in the same day that I sent her the song, she recorded and she sent me back. And 1 month later, we were in LA, like shooting the video. Everything was so organic that I think like people can feel it when they listen to the song. Like, I don't know, it was very, very special. Like maybe one of the most special collaborations in my life, because it was very surprising and so beautiful and so happy, everything. So yeah.
Obviously, like her contribution to the song is pretty full on. Like she doesn't hold back with what she said. When you first heard that, were you like, whoa, like she's really gone there?
Yeah, I was super surprised because she started her verse in Spanish. So I was like, oh girl, okay, you can do it, you sing Spanish. And I think that was the most like amazed part for my people, because when they listen to her in Spanish, they were like, oh my God, Nicki Minaj is singing in Spanish. And they feel
In her verse,
they,
she
I
says,
think
like,
my people
it's
felt
me
like
and Karol
she
G. And I was
took
dying
care
because
about
she
like
said
what
my
I'm
name
going to
in her
do
verse.
like
For the
literally
Latin
dying
industry,
that
I'm
day.
going to sing in Spanish
To make them feel like closer to me, and I think it worked a lot, and the verse was so amazing. And in her verse she says like, it's me and Karol G. And I was dying because she said my name in her verse, like literally dying that day.
What does Tusa exactly mean in English? Because as I understand, like there's not like an exact translation for what, for the kind of what it's like heartbreak, but a bit different.
There is no exact translation, because Tusa is like a very local like word in our city, Medellin, Colombia. It's like, but Tusa means like heartbroken. Like I am heartbroken. I have a Tusa. You know, like the Tusa, it's a word for that.
I see that, and that obviously comes through the violins because it's got that kind of melancholy, sad feel to it.
Yes, it's something, I don't know, it's like a pop music, but with reggaeton, and the lyrics is like the lyrics are very strong, because we're singing like, yeah, I'm heartbroken, but I'm ready to go to the next page. I'm ready to go out and just enjoy myself, enjoy my people, enjoy the moment. So it's like a heartbroken with a good attitude.
Having like arranged a collaboration with Nicki through DM, sending each other messages, have you tried to do that again since? Is that something that happens a lot, that artists can just DM each other and do a collaboration really organically like that?
It's kind of hard because you don't know what's going to happen, you know, like with her works, because she was following me and she was like leaving messages in my picture. So I think I had the opportunity to go with her, but normally I don't try that because I get embarrassed. I don't know. I don't know what people are going to think. I don't know if it is pro or not. So sometimes you think if you're going to write to somebody, like somebody, that person can feel it, like, oh, it's cool that she wrote to me, or she's not pro, like she has to find a way to get to my team. So I don't know, sometimes I don't do it a lot. Like I do it when I feel like there is an opportunity. If not, like I don't try it. I don't even try it.
Would you ever DM Rihanna? Because I know you're a huge fan.
I have I DM her like 3 or 4 times, but you know, not for music, just to tell her like how beautiful and how big and how inspirational she is for me. Just that. Yeah, but I did it. Yeah.
Have you ever met her in real life?
Yeah, it's you know, it's kind of embarrassed, but I speak about her so much in my interviews, and you know, I like just expect like this no mess with her, because she has to be so tired of me about speaking about her in my interviews.
No, I'm sure she's flattered. I'm sure she takes it as a compliment.
I hope so. I hope so.
You've worked with so many different artists, you know, like from Maluma, Daddy Yankee, Jonas Brothers, different types of artists. How do you decide who the right people to collaborate with? Because I imagine now that you're so popular, there must be all sorts of people wanting to work with you. And for some of them, it might feel like they're not doing it for the right reasons. They might kind of think, oh, I'll put a token Latin artist on my track. How do you kind of decide what's the right collaboration for you and which are the ones that you kind of politely say, you know, no thanks?
For sure, is a teamwork. Like I feel very happy because with my label, they don't put pressure on me of what the people that I have to choose, or of the music that I have to do, or the videos that I have to do. They feel like my vision. So sometimes they came to me with opportunities, with, hey, this is a big opportunity to start like growing your fan base, to bring new people. And I listen to the music. If I like what I'm listening to, if I like the song, if I feel the vibe, I do it. But if I don't feel it, they're good with it and they respect that. So I think I feel so blessed with that, because I know there is a lot of people that they have to work and they have to do things that they don't love or they don't like. But in my case, I don't know, if I feel it, if I love the song, if I feel the vibe, if I know the person and I love the person, like for sure I'm going to jump on the song like very happy.
Do you know quite instantly if you like the track, if you feel it, or sometimes does it take a bit of time for you to kind of decide?
Love at first sight. With my music is love at first sight. If I don't feel it, like it's not a song. So for example, with Tusa, when I recorded, like, yeah, this is the song that I'm going to send to Nicki Minaj. She loves it. We did it. With Bichota, I jumped to the studio because I wanted to do a song, like express myself, the things that I was feeling, and I was feeling so beautiful and powerful, and I fell in love with myself again after all this lockdown, that I could like watch myself in a different side, and I was feeling so powerful, and I jumped to the studio and I did the song. And when I go out, like, hey, I have my next single. Same with location and with the single, with the album. Like I think maybe God or somebody in the sky like put like a feeling in my heart with every song. Like not always is like a Tusa, or not always is a Bichota, but I'm okay with it. Like not all the songs, they don't have to be all number ones. I feel like every song like tells you a different story and connect different with the people. So I don't look that, I just look to express myself, and to get people identify with the music that I sing.
I wanted to ask a few questions about how you got to where you are today. I read in a previous interview that when you went to Miami 10 years ago, you had a meeting with a record label and you played them your music and they liked the music and said, yeah, you could be a songwriter, but a woman can't do reggaeton music like this. How did you feel in that moment? And what made you think, you know, I'm going to prove these guys wrong?
At the time, I wasn't even like thinking I'm going to prove them that they're wrong. I felt very like frustrated, because if a big company is telling you that you're not going to make it, you get like kind of confused, like, hey, I am doing this good, or there is an opportunity for me, or they're like telling me and preparing me that this is not going to work, so what's going to happen? After that, my father was very upset. He said, like, no, my daughter, she's not a songwriter for anybody. She's a singer, and you're not going to get her songs to make like millions and to get big and other people. So I was so sad too, because at that time I thought like my father like closed all the opportunities that I had at that moment. I was very upset. But after the work and after all this year, I think like everything happened for a perfect reason. After that, like maybe in my heart, like I was okay, I don't have other plans, so I'm going to work for this, and let's going to see what's going to happen. I rather like suffering doing what I love, like suffering doing another thing that I hate. So I kept just doing music, and it was like cool, because after 7 years of that meeting, 7 years later, we got the opportunity with the same label. So I signed with the same label that told me that I couldn't do it. Right now is my label. And you know, like, this is the life. This is the life. Everybody like learns something different in the path. And yeah, we right now we all are together. We are together, and we're working for this, and we are like a very good team.
After that first meeting, when you were told no, what did you go and do? Like, what was your plan B? How did you kind of go and what did you make the next step for your career after you'd had that knockback?
I really started like really from the bottom, because like my process was to perform in schools, in universities, and in events like where people were there and they have to like watch me because I was part of the show, but not because they wanted. So I just keep doing that, like, because my father was my manager, and he didn't know anything about music, but we started like calling people and trying to learn and trying to learn and trying to understand the business. So we went home very sad, but we just kept doing what we had in mind, like we can do it at that time. So we just keep it working, going to different places, starting to singing in different like small clubs, and I just had the opportunity to collaborate with Nicky Jam at that time, and it was like very powerful because he was so huge in my country, and that song put me like in the map, and I started doing like different things, and I don't know how to explain like the process, because everybody has like a different process. When you're here, you know that you work so hard, but you don't know like how everything went together, and everything started to happen. It was like I don't know, a blessing, and like I think the result of a lot of work. Everything started like to get like the way.
Did you always have a lot of ambition from a young age? Were you always really determined?
Very, like, believe me that like the most important thing, like everybody asks me all the time, like right now, what I tell you to the Carolina and Karol G 10 years ago. And I think like all the time, my Karol G right now was speaking to me at that time, because I had the conviction all the time. Like, I was very frustrated and very upset, and sometimes very sad because the things didn't work. But in my heart, like I was like, hey, let's do it, because if it costs a lot, then they're gonna pay me a lot. So just keep it, just work it, and I visualize myself like traveling and singing and performing with different people, and I don't know, it happened right now. So I just can tell people it can be, like, you know, it is possible. And I say all the time, like, the sky is full of stars, and all of them, they're bright and they shine, all of them. So I think like everybody can do it their way. Like, people has to love them the way they are, because I think right now people want to see the realness in others. Like last year with the lockdown and all these hard things and the hard times, I think as a humanity we wake up, and we started like feeling like more empathy with things that maybe because the world was running so fast, we was missing. And so I feel like right now, if people has to embrace themselves and go to the world, because I think the world is getting prepared, is getting ready.
Have you encountered a lot of sexism along the way since that first meeting? Because obviously you had this knockback where you were told because you're a woman you won't make it. Were you told the same thing again and again? Was it something you've had to fight against, you know, the whole journey?
It's, you know, like it's hard because we have like a very public life, and you have like a lot of responsibility to make a lot of people happy, and to like you have to find ways to keep like keep in the industry. But it gets so hard because you change yourself. Like I was all the time trying to feed and trying to change things in my heart and in the way I am, just to feed, and I was so lost. So right now I can't, that's why I told you before these things, because I am still learning by myself. And sometimes I get like sad and I hate things, and I hate things by myself. And then I realize like, hey, this is me, and this is what people has to know me, because I'm going to work in this industry like my whole life. It's gonna be like hard to just make a character and has to embrace it in different places. So right now, like I made a lot of mistakes trying to fit and try to make people happy and try to like to be good for people, that it was like a lot of time lost, you know, a lot of time lost. Because I think like when I feel myself, I think like I get more connected with the people because they're knowing me, the real Carolina, the way I am.
What do you want people to think when they hear the name Karol G? Like, what do you want to stand for as an artist?
I just want them to feel like they're exactly me. And I'm all the time like in my interview saying like, hey, you're watching that video, like you are at that side of the PC, of the computer, of the TV, but in the future you can be me explaining you and telling your story. So it's normal. I started in my house, in my bed, in Medellin, in my city, in my hood, just dreaming. And right now I don't know if I'm inspiring people. I hope yes, because that's one of the things that I want to do. But I just can say that yeah, it is possible. I don't know how, but when you work, if you have a talent in your work and you get like very focused to it, there's no way that not happen. There's no way, it has to happen, because like everything come together then in the right moment.
What are your aims for this year after the album? What are you hoping to achieve?
Oh, okay. I have a big goal with my album. I really want to I don't know the word, but I want to show like to the world that as a woman we can make it, because in our industry was so hard to get a place. So I have been working in all the details with the music and everything to just bring like a good art, a good piece of art. I don't know, like I'm saying all the time, I don't know if it's going to be like #1 or top 10 in the charts, but believe me that in my heart is like the most beautiful piece of art in the music in 2021. So for the future, I just want to keep evolving myself in different ways. Right now, I'm like with a coaching at theater, like for cine, for movies. I'm doing coaching, and I'm doing like a lot of meetings because I want to like evolve myself as a business girl too. I want to have like different stuff like clothes and beauty things, and really like I want to evolve myself in different ways. So that I think that's my future, and more in the future I want to be a mom too, and to have my time to take care of my babies and everything. So yeah, I have a lot of plans, a lot of plans.
You've got a lot of plans. If you're, you know, having all these business plans, doing the album, taking movie meetings, do you ever switch off? Do you ever rest? And if you do, what do you do to unwind?
Nick, you know what? Like that's the worst part in my life. It's so hard to sleep. I don't know why, because I have a lot of ideas, and when I like all day I'm doing a lot of things, and I'm doing like promo and recording new music in the studio and doing a lot of things that when I got home and I go to bed and I can't sleep, I just have like that clear moment in my life when everything comes to me, like all the ideas and all the strategies and all the things that I get so mad, because when I have a good idea, like I'm all night just thinking, I want to call somebody, I want to say it, I want to tell him, and I want to tell her, and then I cannot sleep. So that's hard. Yes, it is so hard for me to sleep.
How many hours of sleep do you get a night normally?
If I sleep 2 hours, I'm perfect. Believe me, I sleep 2 hours and I can like work so hard. Yeah, with 2 hours I'm good. And with 15 minutes, sometimes I'm good. Normally I sleep 2 hours a day. Like I go to bed like 2 or 3 in the morning, and maybe at 4 I'm getting sleepy. And then I wake up at 7 to go to the gym. And yeah, that's like my normal life.
You're like a superhero.
No, I'm not a superhero. I'm gonna be so old in a few years. Yeah, because if I don't take care of myself, I'm going to look so old in a few years. So I have to take care. I have to do it. I have to do it.
Not sleeping, what do you do to unwind? Are you someone who can sort of turn off your phone and just relax? Like, I don't know, like watch a movie or like chat to friends, or are you always kind of checking emails for like business deals and stuff?
I really just watch like random videos. I love to watch random videos. Like I started putting just words on YouTube, or music from Afghanistan, music from like different places, because I really want to know like I love to find different ways of expression with my music. But sometimes I have like a friend that it's kind of my soulmate. Believe me, it's my soulmate. And when I speak to him with if I don't feel good, or if I cannot sleep, or if I don't know, like whatever, he's all the times for me. Like he's there all the time. So when I speak to him, like we have great times. So yeah, I love that. That's the thing that I do normally when I have like a moment or a hard moment. Like normally I call him all the time. Yeah, he has to be like so tired of me.
What are you most proud of in your career so far?
I feel so proud of my family first, because of their way, the way of how my parents think about life. I'm very proud that the family that I grew up, and I feel very, very proud that I never let nobody to tell me something about my future. Like I listen to a lot of people, people that love me, and I listen to like the things that they're trying to say, to tell me to grow. But I don't let anybody to tell me like, no, that's like much bigger than you can get or something, because I was so mad all the time when somebody tell me like, no, 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 no. Okay, I was like, okay, just sit and watch. Okay, just sit and wait. Okay, just sit and yeah, you're going to see. So I feel so proud that I was I was born in a family that teach me to like embrace myself and don't let anybody to get opinions, because like everybody has a life, and everybody has a life to achieve like their goals, their own goals. But and everybody has a mind, and all the minds are not the same. Like people get frustrated and get limits in different ways. So don't let people to share their limits to you. They have their limits, you have your biggest goal to go. So yeah, I feel proud that I never let nobody to tell me what to do.
Is it your family that kind of gave you this confidence, do you think, to go and do what you do?
Yes, especially with men. My father was all the time like, girl, don't let that guy pay anything to you, because then they're going to think they owe you. So all the time my father was like very pushing with that side, with men and relationship and things. But both of them, yeah, they were all the time like, no, 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 don't get frustrated from that. Like forget it and just believe in yourself. You got it, get go.
Well, thanks so much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
Nick, thank you so much. Such a pleasure. I had like a great time with you. Thank you so much. And thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear the album now.
No, you have to listen to it, please. And I hope you like it because it's so important for me. Thank you so much, Nick. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day. Cheers.
You too. Bye. Bye.